is up, MFers? God, I hope you're having a great weekend. I hope you got outside, enjoyed the nice weather that's been all over the country right now. It was super nice, and I actually just got back from filming some awesome videos for smallmouth and largemouth with old Mr. Flair. So you guys will be seeing those videos this upcoming week. But first, today, we're going to be filming my hashtag MTB Pro Box unboxing. Now, before we get started, you're probably like, Ben, you said that you're going to go out and show us how to use these baits on the water when you film these unboxings. And that is absolutely right. I love doing those types of videos, going out on the water, fishing these baits, catching fish. I'm to show you guys how to catch more fish. But I wanted to let you guys know, I haven't opened this box, but I have used almost every bait in this box because I've been shooting a bunch of videos for Mystery Tackle Box. They sent me these in advance, some of these baits. So I've had the opportunity to go shoot a bunch of tip videos for these guys already over on Mystery Tackle Box channels. I strongly encourage you to go check those out. That got a lot more in depth. But in the unboxing today, I'm going to go ahead, show you all these baits, tell you exactly how I would fish them, the tackle I recommend to fish them, and where to throw these baits right now. I'm super excited for this box. It's seriously got some legit baits. Let's dive into it. All right, one more thing before we dive into this sick box right here. I've been catching some really, really good fish lately, and I can attribute almost all of my big fish catches and success to wearing these MFer. This is the Slaunch Hunter shirt. It's a sick shirt. It makes you catch bigger fish, and it supports my channel. So I'll leave a link below. Go check those out. And also, like I told you last video, I got my own promo code for Mystery Tackle Box. So you go in, go over to their website, type in MILK, M-I-L-K, use that code, and you will save $10 on your very first box. The great thing about these boxes, it's literally like Christmas every single month. You don't know what's going to come, but they send out a bunch of really high quality lures. You don't have to go through a year, 2-year subscription. You can go buy one box or just check out some of their exclusive products on MysteryTackleBox.com. So I'm going to leave a link below. Click the link and go check out some of these Mystery Tackle Box boxes and lures. Use MILK and go save a bunch of money. You're basically getting a free one almost. Alright, I'm actually going to dive into the unboxing now. Okay, first thing, we're going to check out our little what's inside card. I don't know if you guys can see that, but every single Mystery Tackle Box has a card with all the baits listed and their MSRP. Lets you know which ones are exclusive to Mystery Tackle Box also. So let's dive into it. First one, the Gizzard Shad Swimbait from Live Target Lures. I filmed a video for MTB on this bait. So super sick looking lure. This is a $9.99, so a $10 swim bait. So a really high quality bait. Let's take it out of the package. Take a look at this, dude. This is a super realistic swim bait that's going to help you catch more big bass this fall. So in our shad fisheries right now, you got all these young of the year shad that are all balled up. Not right now, but in the next month or so, they're going to start making that big movement to the back of the creeks. Well, a lot of the big bass will pick those off at first, but the big bass don't want to exert all this time and energy into chasing little shad around for not very much protein in that meal. So a lot of times you'll get all those little 1-2 pound bass that are up busting the little tiny shad. But if you can find a creek with better size shad in it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10-inch shad, oftentimes that's where the big bass will hang out and pick off shad this size. So what I'm looking for when I'm fishing this bait, first off, clean water. You always want to throw a supernatural bait like this in clean water. I'll throw it on 20-pound fluorocarbon, a flipping stick. You don't need to go out and buy a super expensive swim bait rod. This is only a 1-ounce bait, so you can throw this on a 7-foot medium heavy rod if you want to. I suggest a little bit heavier line. Throw it next to any isolated targets. If you got a big rock on a point, you got to lay down, a dock, something like that. Awesome place to throw this guy, and you can seriously catch your biggest fish of the year on a supernatural swim bait just like this one. Super stoked about that swim bait. Let's move on to bait number dos. We got the Hunch from Ketchco Lures. This is an exclusive Mystery Tackle Box Ketchco product. Retails for $8.29 on their site. Comes in a bunch of different cool colors. I've actually used this bait quite a bit the last month and had the opportunity to do like a full review of this bait. Thing I like about this, if you are in a situation where you want to match the hatch with a lot of those young of the year shad, This has an awesome shad profile. It has a nice high hunched back, has a nice short compact profile, which bass really, really love. Once again, just like the Swimbait, I'm looking for anywhere with clean water. This is going to be the best bait to throw when that water gets cooler and cooler and the bite gets super tough. Maybe you got a bluebird day, but a little bit of wind, a little bit of ripple blowing straight up into a point, a riprap bank, a chunk rock bank, anything with a steeper drop that those bass can vertically come up and ambush this bait. I love to throw jerkbait in those situations. I crushed a bunch of good fish, super cold water last fall and of course into the early spring. And this guy is going to be a killer for me. I throw a jerkbait almost exclusively on a 7-foot medium power, medium fast action rod, so it's a little bit slower taper, and I throw it almost exclusively on 10-pound fluorocarbon lines. So go check this out on mysterytacklebox.com. It's an exclusive bait, comes in a bunch of different colors. This color is pretty sick actually. It's like a purple translucent sexy shad type color. Definitely going to be a winner. All right, moving on from the hunch is a type of bait you've seen me catch a ton of bass on this year, and that would be the swim jig. This is the Nichols Sledgehammer swim jig. Comes in a nice white color. It's actually kind of got some blue glimmer to it, so let me check this out. I'll get it out of the package for you. This is a really, really good bait anytime you're junk fishing. You've seen me throw this. It's just a bait I've got a ton of confidence in, is a swim jig. It's more natural than a spinnerbait or a chatterbait, and so anytime you got a little bit cleaner water or a little bit tougher bite, that's when I bust out the swim jig like this guy. So what am I looking for when I throw this? I really, really love to throw this bait around grass areas. You can really catch fish around any type of cover, but grass is my favorite. So a little bit cleaner water, that 2 to 4 foot visibility around any type of submergent grass where you can fish over the top, or any emergent grass, you can fish this guy down the weed line. You know, I throw it on a 7.3 medium heavy power rod with, again, a medium fast taper. I like it to be able to feel that tick with the swim jig. It's a really unique bite on a swim jig. It's almost always a tick, and then you'll see your line start to go to the side, and you just need to kind of tighten up until that fish is turned and has it in its mouth. You can really drive the hook home. 15-pound fluorocarbon, and actually this is kind of cool too. This bait is kind of special. It has this really unique keeper that has a hole in the barb. So not only does it have the point that sticks out there that's going to hold your keeper on, they send you 2 toothpicks. So once you pull that keeper on, you can actually stick the toothpick into that hole right there, and it will hold that keeper on really, really well. So a nice high quality bait, a $4.99 swim jig included from Nichols Lures. All right, so bait number 4, we got the popping frog from the Lunker Hunt. Kind of a cool looking popping frog right here. You know, to be honest though, I'm not crazy about these legs, this leg situation we got going on right here. You know, it's got the popper mouth. You've seen me throw a popping frog a ton. Really like popping frogs, but these legs, you know, supposedly they come out and kick a little bit. To me personally, I think they look freaking stupid, and so you know what, we're gonna do it right now. Let's do it right now in the video. I'll show you guys how you can make better legs than these kind of piece of garbage legs that come on it. Yeah, in the infomercial for this thing, you see it pop and move forward, and the legs kick out perfectly like a real frog. But to me, the way it's packaged, the way it actually works in the water, it's not that realistic. And plus, I want to fish this around heavy grass. You know, what is a swimming leg going to look like on top of a grass matter and one grass hole? As soon as you hit it, it's going to be back into the grass. It's not going to look that realistic. Let's change these out. I'll show you guys how I like to change these frog legs. All right, so here's what we're going to need. It's going to be very, very simple. This is a simple little fix for this frog to make it what Milliken fishing approved, we'll call it. It has a nice soft body, good looking hook, nice popping mouth, but I'm not crazy about these legs. So all we need to do, get some 20-pound line. Doesn't matter if it's fluorocarbon. I like fluorocarbon and mono better than braid, because braid will kind of cut through. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Jig skirts, whatever jig skirt material you like. You want to go natural. Fishingskirts.com I think has all these. That's where these are from, but I'll go with white on this guy because it's kind of a white bottom frog. A little bit of super glue, scissors, boom, that is it. So what you're going to do, first off, rip off these stupid legs that come on this thing. Sorry to the fine folks at Lunker Hunt, not crazy about your legs you put on your frogs. They kind of have these, you know, if you want to leave the frogs in, it did have this nub thing in there which held it on really, really well, which now makes me kind of screwed on getting this guy out of here, but here's what we're going to do. Alright, so I was having trouble getting this little nub out, so what I did, I'm going to stab this, this hook Another great use for this live target swim bait is to stab into this little plastic piece of crap piece from Lunker Hunt. All right, so now you got your frog, and it's got perfect holes in it. You can now fix this terribleness. All right, I'm dumb, and I forgot one very valuable, important piece of equipment for this modification, and that is an old rusty hook. Now, unfortunately for me, and very fortunately for you, I have acquired a whole collection of old rusty hooks in my boat, on the bottom of my boat. So all you gotta do, cut that hook point off. You got a nice straight point now. If you can do this, probably like a thread and a bobbin or something. I don't have that laying around here. But you got the hook eyes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some 20-pound line. We're gonna tie a real simple, quick, easy knot on this guy. You're just gonna be cutting it off anyways. Don't waste your time tying the best knot of your life. Boom, we got that made. So we're gonna just thread that line through these hooks. And if you do this a bunch of times, you'll get really, really quick at it. So there we go. We're gonna cut that knot. Boom, you're done with the old crappy hook. And you just need to make a little loop on this guy. So make your simple, any type of overhand loop knot. Alright, boom, so we got this little loop knot right here that's just it's basically just a slip knot, which actually works perfect. Get in our little jig bag. I don't have very many of these skirts left because I've done this a million times, but we'll, so all you gotta do is take the skirt, put it within the loop, tighten the loop down, which it'll naturally do on itself because it is a slip knot, and then we're gonna pull that dude. I like to do we'll make it towards one of the ends so it's not too difficult. I'll kind of lube it up with some saliva. Can use like silicone spray or any type of, I don't know, use your imagination, folks. And then we're just gonna pull her through. This is the best way I've found to do it so generally if you use like a paper clip or something, there's the chance you're going to rip through these strands. That's why I said I don't like to use braid. So I'll just kind of pull it through. Once you get it through, I'll just kind of grab on all of them. Just a less chance that you're gonna tear through that skirt material. Easy as that. There we go, we pulled it right on off. So I like to just make those nice and even. Yes, they are kind of short, but we like to trim our frog legs short anyways to make them bite the frog and not the legs. Kind of pull those strands out. Boom. That's about all you need to do. You gotta do one more thing here. Get some of this gel Loctite super glue. Mine's all buggered up because I use it every single day. Put a little dab in there, just a little super glue, you don't need much. And this will dry in like a couple minutes at most. That way you don't have to worry about your legs sliding out. So boom, we have now turned this frog into a absolute freaking moneymaker. We don't got those dumb legs on it anymore that are gonna work half the time at best. We now have a legit poppin' frog. This thing walks really well. Nice, easy, collapsible body. I just hooked myself, and it has this sharp hook. They're pointed up, which I like. A lot of the poppin' frogs on the market don't have a big wide hook gap. This one does. So this is a very high quality lure. All right, so now that I've destroyed the frog that Lunker Hunt gave us, and probably made Mystery Tackle Box mad because I told you why you shouldn't fish it like it is out of the package. I'm sure that would work fine for some folks. But to me, this is the absolute money way to fish a poppin' frog. You've seen, I don't need to tell you, if you've seen me catch dozens and dozens and dozens, maybe hundreds of fish on a poppin' frog this year. That's how I like to fish them. And now that bait is going in my box to be used next time I'm out because it is legit now. Let's get into the next bait. The J-Bug from V&M Baits, $3.75. Here is the J-Bug from V&M Baits. It's like a good compact flipping bait. This actually comes in a watermelon red color. It's small. It's like the size of a baby brush hog or even smaller. Will be an absolute killer if you got some cleaner water and you want to flip. You know, anytime you throw like a natural colored beaver or a gliding bait, this would be a good time to throw this guy. If they don't want that gliding action, they want that straight down fall. Awesome looking little creature bait. I would flip it on, you know, I'd flip this on something lighter, you know, if you don't want to go, if you got some really clean water, flip it on a medium heavy to heavy action rod, but only a 7-foot to 7/4, some 15-pound fluorocarbon. I'd peg like a 1/4 ounce tungsten sinker to it, straight shank flipping hook, boom, you will catch some fish on it. Good looking creature bait here. All right, bait number 6. Bait number 6, Ultra Point KVD triple grip treble hooks. So these are high quality treble hooks. I think everyone knows about these Mustad treble hooks. These retail for $5.49. So you're getting 6 hooks. They're almost $1 a hook. comes in size 8. So these are really, really small hooks. I would recommend throwing them on that hunch jerkbait or any other type of small jerkbait or crankbait. The great thing is about these, if you're having fish really eat the bait well, but you're losing them because, you know, they're pulling off or they're getting it inside their face or something, this is a great way with the triple grip hook. I always change to a triple grip. It flat out keeps you from losing fish on a crankbait, which you can be plagued with. You've seen me lose some great big bass on crankbaits this year, so go check these out. These are a really high quality option for a triple grip. And last but not least, we have one more bait left, the Kraken Popper, another bait from Lunker Hunt. So this is a $3.99 retail popper. I'll take it out of the box. I have used this one a little bit. Has a nice spitting action. It's not a real loud chugger. It's got some nice noise to it. So this is something I would throw if you got here. That's what the rattles sound like, if you can hear that at all. But it has a nice kind of frog, bluegill type bait fish finish to it. Not real strong treble hooks, so I would recommend upgrading those to some heavier treble hooks. Of course, you don't want something too heavy. It's going to mess up the action. But this kind of looks like your typical Rico style popper. It doesn't have a big open mouth like a pop R, so it's not going to chug real hard. But if you got some cleaner water, grass edges this fall, some submergent grass with low light conditions, work it over the top of that. Or another option for poppers as well is something you've seen like Ott Defoe and some of these other guys master on the Tennessee River chain, and that is flipping these guys next to some really heavy isolated bushes, underhanging trees, pretty much any type of shady ambush areas in the summer. And that's an all-day type bite, generally in really shallow water. Right now is a really good time to do this because those bass are kind of in that fluctuating state between their summer pattern and their fall pattern. They don't know if they want to be out deep in the summer or if they want to move up and chase shad in the fall. There's not a whole lot of oxygen out deep a lot of times because those lakes have a big algae bloom or they're turning over, and so that sends a big population up super, super shallow. So you get this guy up next to a really big brush pile, get something back behind it. This is where you want to throw in those really sneaky locations up underneath the dock and the back walkway area, and just work this guy really slow and methodically in place. A lot of your bites are going to come right when that thing hits the water and been sitting there a few seconds or on their first pop. So popper's a great bait to throw this time of year. Alright guys, that might have got a little bit lengthy, but I'm super stoked about this box from Mystery Tackle Box. You know, like I said, use MILK, the promo code MILK, if you want to go check these out. And I strongly encourage you to check out Mystery Tackle Box, whether you're a tournament fisherman, you're a regular weekend angler that likes to go out and fish, or you have a kid that's just getting into fishing in your life. It's a great way for them to build up their tackle arsenal. And the great thing is, it takes a lot of the guesswork out of the process for you, so you don't have to spend all this time researching what works and everything. Mystery Tackle Box is already going to pack a box full of baits that will work, and watch my videos and I'll tell you how to make these baits work and how to apply them at the current time of the season. Of course, go check out the Slaunch Hunter shirt. Go pick one up, support the channel. I really appreciate the guys that have taken the time to do that. Drop me a comment down below if you got a question about any of these baits or how I like to fish any of them. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video though. Check back for a couple more videos in the coming days of some awesome smallmouth and largemouth fishing. For now guys, I am out of here. I'll catch you next time. Peace!
It doesn't really matter